I'm in my current position for 3 years, but I've been with the city for 22 years and a couple months.
All right. And then just to start out, if you want to walk us through that progression, what got you interested and what was your first position with the city, and then working your way up?
When I started with the city was September 9th of 96. I knew college wasn't in my future. So my parents always instilled in me to get a good job with benefits, retirement, so forth, and what better place than the city of San Angelo or the county or something like that. So I started out as a laborer, 19 years old, driving. First day I came here, a bunch of grown men, and everybody already been here 15 to 20 years, and it was a little intimidating. But they put me in a dump truck, a little orange dump truck, and I was on the leak crew actually, and they sent me to a leak on Chadbourne Street. Well, I was a country boy and lived east of town, and I didn't know even where Chadbourne Street was, but I had my little map and everything to navigate myself around town, and that's what I did every day. We fixed leaks, and I did that for a year, and then I was always looking to move up. Always wanted to be in the middle of everything. I went to the night crew, did the night crew for a year with another gentleman, and fixed leaks and turned people's water on, turned people's water off, learned my way around the city really good. Did that for a year as a light equipment operator. I moved from labor to a light equipment operator, which was operating a backhoe, which was a pretty big step, especially in those days. The pay wasn't all that great. And I guess I did that for a year and then came back. I stayed in water distribution, but came back to working laying sewer lines and doing sewer stops and all that kind of stuff. So I learned that side of the job. Did that for a year. Went across the street to the utility maintenance division. They paid a little more money over there, and became a maintenance mechanic. Started doing the maintenance of the sewer plant, the wastewater plant, the water plant, all the pump stations around towns, grinders, lift stations, and so forth. I was pretty good with my hands. I learned to fix stuff and all that. So did that for, I was over there 17 years, I guess, and really enjoyed it. Moved up over there, became a crew leader. After 3 more years over there, I was a maintenance mechanic for 3 years. Did my time there, got a section leader, crew leader job, and started running the PM, preventive maintenance at the plants, and did that for probably 7-8 years, I guess, give or take a little bit, and wound up. I always want to be in the middle of everything. I wanted to be in the important jobs. I wanted to be, I want to be the guy noticed. If the boss showed up, I want to be working, and you just want to have a good work ethic, too. And anyhow, I wound up getting the assistant superintendent job over there, and did that for close to 5 years. Enjoyed it. It was a great experience. Learned a ton over there. The experience I learned at utility maintenance, helped me out in my personal life. Learned to fix things, and just wouldn't trade it for anything. And then the position that I'm in now came open. Gentleman had left, and it was kind of iffy if I wanted to apply for it. I didn't know it was a big step. This is the biggest department, or within the city. So it was a pretty big step. A lot of employees here under it, and I threw my name in the hat, and I got the job. So kind of eased into the superintendent role, and just I've been here for this January, be 3 years in the superintendent role at water distribution, and it's been an awesome experience. It's been a struggle with keeping employees due to the oil field. The oil field's such a big factor in this area, and obviously most businesses can't pay what the oil field wages are. So we've lost some really good guys to the oil field, the oil industry, and so it's been a struggle trying to keep employees here and what we can do and so forth. But yeah, we keep the water flowing, keep the wastewater flowing. We're kind of the unsung heroes. A lot of times we're out at night. A lot of people don't see us. We get the distinction of being the guys that, oh yeah, we drove by and saw a guy holding everybody's holding a shovel. The city employees holding a shovel, but so many times what people don't realize, those guys, you know, that picture was taken or somebody drove by, well, that guy may have been standing there. You can't have, you know, 10 guys working on a water leak all in the same area, but they, that, you know, the picture's taken or somebody drives by and sees it, well, then that guy's, the next 2 seconds, he's pulling a pump out of the hole, or he's handing somebody tools. I mean, you got to have guys on the top too. But anyhow, that's kind of what we do in a nutshell. Keep, you know, fixing the water leaks, installing meters, and breaking sewer stops, and, you know, we're behind the scenes. Due to social media, you know, the last few years, we're kind of getting some light shined on what we actually do, you know, now, and people are seeing what goes in, what these guys do for not that great a pay, you know, all hours of the night when it's freezing cold. You know, Facebook's been the biggest thing of all. Yeah, they've just, it's been a blessing, really, Facebook for us. So people are getting to see kind of what these guys do, you know, all hours of the night and holidays and everything else. So right now, oil's declining again. If it continues to decline, we'll start seeing a influx of applications. You know, but those guys, once they get a taste of that oil money, they tend to go back to it once it starts picking back up again. You know, and that puts us back in a bind. But yes, every time there's a downturn in the oil industry, we start seeing it almost immediately as they're laying people off. You know, but a lot of these guys are, and women in general too, are getting, you know, the back and forth. It gets old, and you know, we hire people that say we're done with the oil industry. You know, we can't keep chasing this. We need something steady, and that's what the city provides. You know, the city's been great to me. It is what you know you make of it, which any job is. You know, if you put the time in and you work hard and you make something, you know, you're going to get noticed, and it's a stable job is what it is. You know, if you come here to work and you want to work, you've got a job. You know, so and make a good stable living for your family. So you know, it's a lot harder. You know, when we're shorthanded, we have guys that are on call weekly, and other guys are having to pick up more call. You know, they're on call 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, and they're having to pick up more call than they necessarily would if we're fully staffed. You know, so it's just, it takes us longer to get to certain jobs. You know, a certain water leak when we don't have the crews that, you know, readily available that we normally would, you know, just to being downsized due to, you know, higher paying jobs elsewhere. So other city departments suffer as well. It's not just, you know, water utilities, it's street and bridge, it's parks, all these other departments, you know, they all suffer, you know, with the oil industry. And don't get me wrong, the oil industry is great. It helps our local economy, you know, just pours in a ton of money. So it is a good thing, but yes, there are other, you know, departments that suffer as well, not just water utilities. You know, and we get by, we do what we can, and these guys, I have a great group of guys. They don't complain, they go out work. You know, there's days they'd go from one water leak to the next water leak, or sewer stop to the next sewer stop, and you know, no other crew. And you know, we get off at 3:30, and 3:30 rolls around, we start really early in the morning, and these guys stay at it, you know, all day long.
Any individual person pursues a degree or not, these are jobs that have to be done if the city is going to function. Yeah,
you know, we've got to have the blue collar workers, so to speak, the labor jobs. We've got to have the guys that are behind the scenes and the women that are behind the scenes doing this type of job, whether it's the city of San Angelo or it's a cabinet maker, like you'd said, or just, you know, anyone. These jobs are so important, you know, to help the world go around. We've got to have these jobs, and yeah, I strongly recommend going to college and doing that, because working outside and at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning fixing a water leak is not for everyone. You know, if you can go to college and you're able to go to college, I highly recommend it. But you know, for a really good job, you know, something that's secure, if you want to work, you know, the city of San Angelo offers a great opportunity. You know, not within just our division, but so many other areas within the city. You know, and it's a good, stable job too, that people need to, you know, realize that it's here, and you know, we're looking for employees all the time, you know, within all the divisions. So the people that we hire off the street, you know, these guys are great at training. you know, training people and giving, you know, we offer CDL training here to, you know, people to get their CDL. You know, most people don't know the type of work that we do. You know, most people can't operate a backhoe, but we work with individuals. You know, if you're wanting to learn and you're wanting to, you know, and we can see that, and you're showing that you're wanting to progress. I'm more than anybody, I'm an advocate of trying to help somebody move up through the ranks. And you know, we start out as a maintenance worker typically here, and you know, it goes from light equipment operator to heavy equipment operator to crew leader to supervisor. So there's plenty of steps for people to advance within the city in general, not just water utilities. But it's just like with anywhere, you know, the workforce is changing. It's not what it was. It's a different group than what it once was. But you know, if you're willing to learn, you know, I do what I can to try to help these guys. We send people to water classes, wastewater classes, to get licensed. You know, and that all that helps within. You know, it increases your salary for the licenses that you get, and it just helps overall. And then you're able to move within, you know, to another city. You start out, you know, as an operator at a water plant or something by the experience that you gain with us and the classes that you're able to attend, you know, through water utilities. So it's a really good system. Just we're willing to work with anybody to. You know, if you're willing to work and put the time in, there's great opportunity here.